Welcome to the first episode of Slabby Seconds, where I worked on this logo months ago and thought, this will be fun in case there's ever a break and, only Slabs isn't on a Saturday. And here we are. It happened. And I jumped in and I asked the boys if they would be offended. And they were like, no, of course not. Just, what ideas are original anymore? My guest today, Doc's Comics, a.k.a. Kevin. I believe I put his... Hello. I think I put all your links in the descriptions and everything.
Thank you, sir.
Check out his channel. You're still on the new side, right?
Yeah, I started in July.
Okay, there we go. So he's very much on the new side. Let's get him to that first 500 if possible.
I'm there. I'm like 570.
Ooh.
All right.
That's very exciting. All right, let's say hello to the chat. Hello, Matt, Heroes for Hires Club. John's Comics with Friends. Nerdy Geek, welcome. Kevin is omnipresent. I'm omnipresent. The other Kevin is here. What's up, Entropy in Comics? Barbarian Kung Fu, howdy and welcome. Kingdom of Nerds, Brucifer, hello. And oh my, he's a grower and a shower. Ooh.
Or a shower.
The things we learn on YouTube. Cliff is never sloppy seconds, but these are slabby seconds. All right. Before we get to it, I've got a members giveaway and a subscribers giveaway. And basically, we're going to do them today. And in honor of, basically, we're going to do two. So we'll have in the midway point and at the end. And in an homage-ish fashion to Only Slabs, I don't have a powerful magical box to pull things from, but I have some stuff that I'm giving away. All right, so here we go. Kevin, it's time to tell us your origin story.
How far back you want me to go?
Rocking it to Earth from a distant planet, young Kevin discovered his love of comic books. How?
Sure, I'll try to keep it fairly brief. So I probably discovered comics when I was little, just like a lot of us did, 5, 6, something like that, years old. My first memories are going to the Stars and Stripes bookstore. My dad was a career Air Force, so I was abroad a lot. And comics were 25 cents at the time. So my dad would give me $1 and I'd go to the store and come home with 4 comics. Really started, but didn't really get into the collecting aspect of it. I was just a reader. Until the first comic book store opened up where I was living when I was about 13 or so. So I started to expand my horizons a little bit. I'm pretty much I grew up a Marvel zombie, but I've expanded my horizons a lot since then. When I was in college, I had a comic book store right across the street from the campus. So I'd do the weekly trek over there, built up the collection, and the rest is history. I mean, since then, I focus mostly on Silver and Bronze Age books, Marvel and DC. I'm kind of a condition snob, so the higher condition that I can get, the better. I try to buy the highest condition of books that I can afford. And my collection's about 4,200, and of those, I think I have roughly 150 slabs. So about 3% of my collection is slab. Not a huge amount, but and the ones that I have are I'm pretty happy with all of them. And
you have over 100. I feel like that's quite the dent.
Yeah, and honestly, I've probably gotten probably 90% of them since COVID. I mean, once COVID started, we're all bored to death. We're looking for things to do. And so I started buying a lot more books, filling out runs of a lot of Silver and Bronze Age titles. And slabs for me, I don't actively seek out slabs. I'm not a 9.8 collector or 9.6 collector, and I'm looking for bargains with slabs. I mean, I usually buy slabs when the price of the slab is roughly what I would pay for a raw book. So I'm not going to overpay for slabs, and I probably crack about half of the slabs that I bought over the years. I kind of have a financial point where if the raw value of a book's like $250 or less, I'll usually crack it. And if it's higher than that, I tend to keep it in the slab.
Oh my. Well, I usually just have, loose issues, or I have a collection where I've read the stories. So, and like that, I treat my slabs like my comic book collecting trophies.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, like when I buy so much online, I mean, I buy a lot on eBay, I buy a lot all over the place, and the slab at least gives you some degree of confidence in what the condition is going to be, and so I don't have a problem cracking it. I mean, if it's a 7.5 on eBay, and you can feel pretty happy that's a 7.5, and that you're not going to get hosed by somebody who's overgrading their raw books.
Right on. All right, before we move along, Digger Jim has joined us. Welcome. Good morning. Phil Ailing, good morning. Oh, no, it's good afternoon. Where have I been? What am I doing? It's the afternoon. Infamous. I love you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Kenneth Bird is in the house. Welcome. All right, I feel like I've covered everybody who's come in. Last bit of housekeeping. If you're in need of comic book supplies, head over to BCW. Use promo code Cliff Comics and save 10% on the order, and also help out my channel in the process. It is greatly appreciated. And then just one last reminder, if any of you are not members, sign up for membership before the end of today's episode so I can add you into the drawing for this John Jang Signature Series Spider-Boy #1. And you'll also win this KRX Comics Power Girl First Appearance reprint blind bag. Will you pull something fabulous from in here? I don't know, but only the winner will, and I hope you make a video about it. So that's coming up, and then for everyone else, I just have a little something special that that Spidey's Powder Tumblers sent me a while ago for giveaways, and so we're gonna dig that out and have a good time with it. And then I'll have something a little special for next month because Christmas and also my birthday and all that other wonderful stuff. The giveaway does include a Justice League versus Despero slab. It's not a key. I just really like that they're fighting Despero. And that's it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kingdom of Nerds. Hey, Pops is here. Welcome, Pops. All right. So Kevin and I agreed on a format. Again, I mean, like everything going on here is about stealing from Rob and Chris, particularly Rob. But we agreed that we're going to do our top 20 slabs that we added to our collection this year, and that we're really grateful for. And of course, the gratefulness I stole from Izzy when we did our 5 books we're grateful for. So here we go. Yes, it is. It's second-rate only slabs ripoff. Yes, I'm going to be dollar store only slabs. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. All right. Dr. Kevin. Oh, my God. I'm yes, Kevin. I love it. Dr. Kevin. All right. It's time for you to show us our first 10.
You want me to go first? All right. So I did mine in chronological order. So the ones I'll start with are the ones I got earliest in 2025 until the ones that I got more recently. If you've watched my channel at all, you've probably seen a few of these, but not all of them. I'll start with this one. This is the only 9.8 that I own.
Oh,
it's Mighty Thor #9, and if you check out my channel, you know that I'm a Silver Age junkie. I'm a C-list Marvel villain junkie. I love Alex Ross, and so this cover really checks all the boxes off. I mean, you've got the first appearance of Thor getting torn up by the Enchantress, who I consider a C-list Marvel villain, although you might disagree. And it's an Alex Ross cover. I got this book for dirt cheap. I got it for cheaper than it would cost to buy the book on the shelf, send it off to CGC, pay the shipping. And so I use it as a decoration on my wall as much as anything else, but on the mantelpiece. So that's the first one that I got. Now we're going to get a little more interesting. Most of this is Silver Age. The next one I've got, #2. This is Fantastic Four, #28.
They first meet the X-Men?
Yeah, I've got the X-Men crossover here. I got this in a CGC 8.5. It's an older slab, but I like older slabs because sometimes they're cheaper than newer slabs, and I'm always looking for bargains. You know, people want them to be as perfect as possible. So that's a really nice Silver Age, and it has the android. If you read any more recent She-Hulk stuff, the android makes a lot of appearances on that. He's a lot of fun. Another Fantastic Four. I got this one at the same time. This is a really old one. This is old slab anyway. This is Fantastic Four 36. with the Frightful Four. Got this one in a CGC 8.5. Keep track for me here, Cliff. I might lose track of 10, but it's another 8.5. Nice. I've said this in a few other shows, but kind of my sweet spot with slabs is between like 8.0 and 9.0, sometimes 9.2 if I'm lucky. And the reason why is once you get higher than 9.2, you get a lot of the hardcore collectors, the speculators, and oftentimes that drives the prices up for really high slab books. And then lower grade, because I'm a condition snob, I try to stay away from lower grade unless it's something that I just can't afford anything higher than a mid-grade book. So I find that the 8.0 to 9.0, 9.2 range, a lot of times those books, particularly if it's just filler, those books go for below fair market value, even when they're slab. So that ends up being a nice sweet spot for me. Number 4, Tales of Suspense 69. First appearance of the Titanium Man, CGC 9.2, right? 9.2 on that one. Another older slab. When they're doing the split covers, that's a lot of fun.
At number 5.
Next, got some DC. This is showcase number 59, which is the third appearance of the Teen Titans, I think. Yeah, third appearance of the Teen Titans. CGC 9.2, newer case on this one. Not perfectly new because it doesn't have the code on the back, but really happy to have. I'm working on Showcase right now. It's a challenging series to collect. There's a lot of expensive ones, but when you start getting into the 60s and 70s and the 80s issue-wise, they're just scarce. Particularly some of the off-brand ones. Those are tough. Next, that's what's 5. Number 6, I think some people know that one of my niches is that I collect Atlas Westerns, so 1950s Western books from Atlas. And this is a nice Atlas Western. This is Apache Kid number 2 in a CGC 8.0. This one's from 1951. So I don't know how PC the Apache Kid is anymore, but it's definitely an Atlas Age Western, and grade. This kind of grade on these Atlas books from the 50s are really, really tough. So I got this one fairly inexpensive, and I was happy for it. All right. I got this one at Heroes Con in June.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was doing Whatnot. Maybe this year we will. I was doing a bunch of Whatnot shows and over the summer and the spring, and I was all the money that I made from those Whatnot shows during that few months period of time, I said I was going to put in a pool and I was going to use it at Heroes Con to get some big books. And I had pretty successful shows. I got rid of about 800 books or so, and I think I came home with 15 or 20. But this is one of the bigger ones that I got. This is Hawkman number 4 in an 8.0. First appearance of Zatanna. Yeah, first appearance of Zatanna. Really happy to get this one. This one is a speculative book. Sometimes it goes up, it goes down. Zatanna's popular with a lot of readers. So
it's a painful experience.
And I got it in an 8.0, which is perfectly fine for a DC book from this era. And get more expensive, any higher grade, it starts getting cost prohibitive for me. Counting in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more to go. All right. I got this one on Heritage and I got it super cheap. I was really happy. I struggle with high grade DC Silver Age filler. I collect Green Lantern and Brave and the Bold and Justice League. And I find that a lot of those Silver Age ones that aren't keys, they're just hard to find in nice shape. And I found this on Heritage. It's Green Lantern number 31 in a 9.4. I think I got this for way under fair market value. And I'm always looking for amazing.
That's a classic cover.
Yeah, and I talked about this on a podcast or a show that I did last week. But I love the monochrome covers, the single color backgrounds that DC does during this era. A lot of yellows and pinks and light blues and pastel greens and stuff. So they really pop.
And I know someone who just made a video about how much they hate it. And
hey man,
I get it, but I like my only defense of it is like, hey, working with what they were working with for the time and the schedules for the time and the technology that they had, you know, it was still fun.
Yeah, I mean, how many modern books these days have virtually no backgrounds? There's tons of them out there, so it's no different from that.
Yeah,
And
but now
unlike modern books,
lighting and cell shading, and you know, now it's, you know, now the quality of the characters and the special effects has gone up. But you're right, we've lost all the background detail and
yeah,
all.
and unlike a lot of modern books, I mean, the covers of Silver Age books like this, I mean, you actually get a semblance of what's actually happening in the book. It's not just a pinup on the cover. I got a second Green Lantern at the same time, also very, very cheap. This is number 34,
Ooh.
also in a 9.4. Nice monster cover. You can't go wrong with monster covers.
No, you can't. That's a great cover. Now, see, this is a great cover. Everything is happening on here, and I love that.
Yeah, it's fabulous. And again, a 9.4. I think there's only like 3 in this grade. The population, not that I track that stuff a whole lot, but the population.
No, you like to know. You like
to know. Yeah, you like to know. I'm not like trying to flex about it when I get books that are some of the highest ones out there. It's personal satisfaction as much as anything else.
34?
Yeah, that's number 34.
Beautiful.
And then I think this is number 10. This is a book that had been on my wish list for quite a while, and I finally landed a really nice one. It's Teen Titans number 23.
Oh, Donna's Origin.
Yeah, and I love this cover. I mean, Nick Cardy, he's one of my favorite cover artists from the era. And this one slaps without a doubt.
I love that George Perez homaged this in New Titans.
He did.
I was so excited.
And 9.4 on this one is grand. This one's a little more common than some of those Green Lanterns, but still, it's a black cover. It's hard to have. It's hard to hide the flaws on black covers.
I gotta tell you, those older Teen Titans had some of the worst stories, but some of the most fantastic covers.
Yep. Yeah, isn't it ironic how that works sometimes? I mean, and Aquaman's the same way. I mean, those Cardi Aquaman covers are just unbelievable, but the insides of a lot of those, some of that early era DC Silver stuff is just not quite there. But I think that's my first 10, so I'll pass it off to you, Cliff.
Yes, all righty. So I'm gonna open up with a new one. Look at you in hiding mode. I love it. So I literally just got this week, and the only reason I'm like super grateful about it is I got it really cheap. I got it for $30 on eBay, right? And it's Thunderbolts number 4, and it's the trading card variant. But now I want all the fun. I don't want all the. I thought about going after all the trading card variants, but then I realized it would never end, right? So I'm just gonna get all the ones from this series because the back also it completes the trading card experience, power rating, origin, and everything. So, and of course I love Monica, so like I'm totally into this. And when I held it in my hand and I actually looked at the back, I was like, oh no, I love it. Now I want them all.
Oh, they're awesome. I like when they do those kinds of homages. It's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. Now the next one is from Heroes Con. Jay says Brooklyn was there, and he brought gifts for many people at Heroes Con, and he caught a stream that I was doing where I talked about how I didn't have particular issues of Submariner, and I did not have the particular issue with Submariner's first Doom battle. So he picked me up a Submariner 47. Doom's Mask. So I really love that one. Coming in for number 3, let's you know what? I'll just be old school. I'll save the banger for the end. I just wanted a 9.8 of this because it's wildly underappreciated, and I just want it for me. This whole run is wildly unappreciated. Paul Levitz, Keith Giffen, and yet only select people out here care. But it's Legion of Superheroes number 1 from 1984, and it's such a great explosive cover, and there's a metallic sheen to the Legion of Superheroes wording that I don't know if you can quite appreciate. but I just love this. So I'm just happy to have added it this year. And again, won it for a ridiculously low price. Okay, not ridiculously low price, but a very low and affordable price on an auction. It was $40.
That era of DC is one of my favorites, from like 84 to 88 or so. They were doing so much cool stuff during that period of time.
All right. At number 4 is very important. Number 4 is important. I went to a show I typically don't go to, and the first guy, I'm looking at his books are wildly overpriced. And his buddy who's sharing the table with him is like, hey, don't forget to take a look at my books. And this guy had great books, and he was priced to sell because he was trying to get stuff out. God bless him, because I got a beautiful 9.4 of Black Lightning #1.
Nice.
And like, I got this for $60, and I got 2 issues of Invincible, bringing me to a total of $80 from this guy. Love him. That's right, Digger Jim. Long live the Legion. And Metal Elf, welcome. All right, that was number 4, correct? Yes. All right. All right, number 5. I think I should go a little bit bigger, and I will. I'll go pretty big. So this is a book I was chasing after for a while, and it kept eluding me, and I kept wanting to have a good copy, and I have a reprint on the wall of it, but it's not the thing that I really wanted. And then finally, the stars aligned for me this year. And from 1968, I got me Submariner #1.
Ooh, Purdy.
Yeah, and it's 6.5. You know, I mean, for me, this is almost like having a 9.8 because of it for Submariner.
That's a great cover too. It's a dynamic cover.
And you'll notice I have the Tales to Astonish behind me.
I do see it right there.
I can buddy them. Oh my gosh, C Bizzle's trying to claim it. I love you, C Bizzle. That was number 5. At number 6, a really happy accident. It was just Halloween, and I just felt like bidding on something, and I got it real cheap. It's Thor 207, the special Haunted Halloween issue, but I didn't know that this is part of a 3-part secret Marvel DC crossover until recently, thanks to you and our good friends over at Not Near Mint's channel. So I was like, oh my God, it's a secret crossover. So now I got to get the other 2.
Yeah.
But I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, one's an Amazing Adventures and one is a Justice League, right? If I remember right.
You're right. Justice League is the only DC one in the mix. All right, that was number 6. All right, at number 7, I have spoken at great length about my love of the Legion of Superheroes, and it's very funny because I met Scott Liddell, who grew up local to me, and I met him at a local signing for the Alpha Flight issue where North Star comes out, and also his first issue of Uncanny X-Men. So, of course, when I get there, it's only second printing of Alpha Flight that's left, and I'm a little disappointed. But on the wall is Legion of Superheroes 38, which is the death of Superboy, and I had been going crazy looking for it. And I got the copy, and it's beat up. And then I won this for $14 in an auction. $14. Unappreciated. Superboy and the Legion battle the Time Trapper. He uses the last of his breath to save his pocket world and get the Legion back home. I mean, beautiful story. You know, love everything they did, even though John Byrne continues to take it down a rabbit hole of sadness afterward. But I love this book. All right. 5, 6, 7. We're 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 10. All right. 8, 9, and 10. All right. 8 and 9 bring us back to my fascination with Doctor Doom. All right. At number 8, we have the Avengers. 150 and a 9.2, which I picked it up for $55. Now, This is uncommonly known as the Private War of Dr. Doom. And if you pick up the trade paperback, John doing the work in the chat, I love you, man. If you've picked up the trade paperback of the Private War of Dr. Doom, you know that storyline begins here and crosses over through supervillain team up and just freaking great. So I don't have them all, but I've got this one, and I'm slowly hacking away. I have the raws. I'm hacking away at the slabs. And with that, I also picked up number 155, which is part 9 of the Private War of Dr. Doom. And Doom is front and center on the cover. You know, he's teamed up with Atuma. He's making life miserable for Namor and the Avengers. And it's just great. Just great.
That's a fun era of Avengers.
It is such a fun era. All right, we got one more for my 10. I'm not sure if I want to drop the biggest bomb right now or not. I got 2 big bombs. I just feel weird about them. Let's see. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to end my number 10 on something fun. We talked about the Avengers. This is Avengers 232. I had a loose one of this that I was going to send in to get graded, but then I won this in an auction. So again, under $40. Yay. This is not the first appearance of Star Fox. We know him as Eros up until now, but this is when he joins the Avengers and Janet gives him the name Star Fox. So that is both of our first 10s from everybody. Let's do something spicy for the chat. And what is this thing called? Let's give something away.
You have such a nice wide range of interests, Cliff. I mean, you're all over the place. It's great.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm not so sure about that. But as far as collecting goes, yes, I think I probably do.
Well, we talked about this on Rob's show a little bit. I mean, it's one of the things that makes the hobby so great to me is that there's something for everybody. I mean, if you're a silver Bronze Age junkie like I am, if you like dumpster diving in the dollar boxes, if you like modern variant covered, I mean, there is something for everybody.
All right, what should our hashtag be? Should the first one be Slabby Seconds? That's it. First hashtag is Slabby Seconds. Let's start collecting. And then I'll figure out what you're getting in your Slabby Seconds. Because I had stuff here. I know it exists. This is what happens. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Nope, you're going in the list. You're going on the pile. I love you. And you're going on the pile because like you're a whole thing that I love. What is happening here? I love this. I was like, oh yeah. My buddy sent me 2 slabs in a comic. It's great. I just know that they're somewhere in here, somehow. In the meantime, while you were doing your origin story, I was like stopping a pile of slabs from falling to the floor. Like I'm like, oh no. And I'm still like, oh no. Okay, I'm clearly just going to have to go into the box.
Dig away.
Oh!
Give everyone a topic for discussion.
No, I found it. All right, so y'all are entering for Justice League of America 251 Despero appearance, Jerry Conway story, Luke McDonald and Bill Way art. Luke McDonald and Dick Giordano cover in a 9.6.
Luke McDonald, man, when he was doing Iron Man when I was like a teenager, and I didn't like him very much at that point. He was, he was following up with Bob Layton and that epic run of Iron Man. But as I've gotten older, I've really grown to appreciate Luke McDonald. I mean, he's so stylized. He has a very cool artistic style.
Agreed. And I love, and also for the era he's in too, right? Like you could see the work shines. The work shines for that time. Also, I think he's the first person to beef up Despero, which is nice.
And then he did Suicide Squad for a while, if I remember correctly.
With Oscar, yes. I'm pretty sure that happened. Oh no, where's the other giveaway pile? Or is it right under my face and I'm torturing myself? Well, see, I'm torturing myself.
Welcome, Mr. Spock.
Welcome, Mr. Spock. Slabby Seconds is a hashtag. You could win. You could win this. And what did I have? I know I have something. Oh my God, this is so funny. All right, so the winner of this will also receive 1, 2, 3, 5. So the winner will not only receive the Despero slab, they're also going to receive Bishop War College issues 1 through 5. I'm sorry, I really didn't have a choice in the covers, but I'm pretty pleased with the covers. And it's a complete story. So there you have it. A little bit of Marvel, a little bit of DC, a whole lot of Clifford's magic. So Slabby Seconds. Let's see, 15 entries. 17 of you are allegedly watching. I don't know who has bots. It's looking good. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Oh my God, it's my friend David. Oh my God. Oh, you lucky bastard. Oh, David. Nice. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, Hyper Black Knight. I mean, these things are not rigged, but that is that was awfully close. All right, so I'm just gonna put this pile to the side. And I'll prepare the members. I'll prepare the members stuff for the end. All right, sir. We will do your 10. Actually, or do you want to do my 10 and finish with your 10? Or do you want to keep it your 10, my 10?
Don't matter to me. It's all going to come out in the wash.
I mean, I do feel that way. All right. So let me do, I'll do my 10. All right. So no, do your 10. Do your 10. Do your 10.
Let me do my 10. Okay.
10.
So we're still going chronological here. This is a nice book. I was really happy to get this one. This is another one that I've wanted for quite a while. It's Fantastic Four number 18, first appearance of Super Skrull.
Damn.
CGC 8.5. Again, I've been watching this book for a long time, and this one showed up, and I got it below fair market value, so I can't complain. This is one I got to save up for. It's not the cheapest book in the world, but Super Skrull is one of my favorite of the cheesy C-list villains in the entire Marvel universe. And I try to get as many first appearances as I can of these characters. So I know some of y'all will disagree that the Super Skrull is not a C-lister, but I put him in there anyway. Next up, I think
funny. Most Marvel villains are C-listers because Marvel doesn't use them properly, you know.
Right.
Although I will tell you, the first Secret Invasion, he definitely was elevated to A-list villain in that series.
And that's when I really appreciate when a writer can take kind of a 2-bit villain, not that Super Skrull's a 2-bitter, but you know what I mean, and make them interesting and make them challenging and make it difficult for a high-powered superhero to deal with. I mean, when you see somebody like the Beetle given Iron Man all he can handle, or Daredevil all he can, I mean, I think it's great. And it takes a clever writer to write those kind of characters the right way.
I agree, 100%.
I think this is one you'll appreciate, Cliff. This is another one this is one of those hard showcases to get. Showcase number 79, the Dolphin appearance. Yeah, I got this in an 8.5. This is one of those books that's just grossly overpriced in most cases, and I look for it, and people charge too much. But I saw this one, and it was right around fair market value. I expected I'd probably overpay a little bit for this one. But I was happy with getting it, and it has a great date stamp on the back, which I love date stamps. So I don't know if anyone likes date stamps.
I love the date stamp. I like when there's a little bit of info on the back rather than everything's a mystery. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, you know exactly when this book arrived on the newsstand, and the guy got this little stamp, and he put it on there on that date, October the 28th. I assume this is 1968. So yeah, Showcase 79.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Date stamp is awesome.
Isn't it? Yeah, I agree. This is what Sikowski, isn't it? I forget. Justice League number 6, CGC 8.0. These early Justice Leagues are just so damn goofy. When Snapper Carr is running around doing his thing as well, and you got crazy villains putting these heroes in precarious situations. JLA is one of those titles I'm actively working on right now. I don't have a ton of the early ones. I think I got 4 and 6. And that's about it. Those will take a while to get, but 8.0 perfectly fine for me. And a nice colorful cover. I mean, the colors really pop on that one.
It's still easier than trying to scoop up. It's still easier than trying to scoop up the Marvel of the same age.
Yeah. I got a couple of more Westerns coming up here. So Heritage did a couple months ago, they did like an all Western auction. And of course I got excited because I never see Westerns hardly at all on just their normal auctions or their signatures. And I got 2 during this auction so I couldn't have been happier. I got this is the volume 1 of Annie Oakley. This is the first one. This is issue number 1. It's from 1948. It's timely. It wasn't even Atlas then. CGC 8.0. I mean, that's just fantastic. Yeah, I paid a lot for this one, but I wanted it. And so I didn't ridiculously overpay for it, but I was really, really happy to get that. And then the pièce de résistance. I don't remember, Cliff, if you were on Rob's show when I showed this one or not, but this is one of the grails for an Atlas Western collector, and it's this one. It's Black Rider number 1.
Wow.
You know the significance of this cover, Cliff?
I don't, but I want to say it inspires the Shadow.
No, this is Stan Lee in costume.
No, really?
Yeah. He put on the Black Rider costume and posed for the cover. So that is Stan Lee. So that's what makes it so cool. 7.5 too, really nice. This is from 1950.
Yeah, 1950, 7.5 might as well be a 9.0 in my book. You know?
Yeah. This book,
go back.
This book is not cheap, but it was on my grail list. You never see it, and in this grade, I had to have it. So I probably paid too much for it, but I don't mind if it's a book that I've been waiting for a long time, and it just sort of sits there. You get to save up for it. Up next, this is Green Lantern number 3 in a 9.0. 9.0. I got this one on, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Landry Pop Auctions. Anybody, if you or anybody on the chat is a fan of Antiques Roadshow, you watch that on PBS at all?
No, really? I'm very familiar with it. It's been on for a million years.
But he's like the more recent comics guy. You'll recognize him if you pull up a picture of him. He's got kind of the scraggly beard, and he does a lot of the comics on Antique Roadshow. So he started doing comic auctions, and this was the first one. And I was crossing my fingers that because it was his first auction, that you might get some bargains because people don't know about it a whole lot. And this was a bargain. I got it for way under market, so I just grabbed it. And I wanted to see how the auction was, how it compared to Heritage, how they shipped, that kind of thing.
That's amazing. I mean, you're lucky. It was his first one. You're like, I got it under the wire.
Yeah, exactly. Got another showcase. This is showcase number 80. This is the first appearance, Silver Age appearance of Phantom Stranger.
Wow.
CGC 9.9.2. Fear Green Lantern's Might, for sure. I don't really follow Phantom Stranger. I know he's got a lot of hardcore fans, but I am working on my showcases.
He's a walking enigma, and I love it.
You know, yeah, I don't know a ton about Phantom Stranger. I need to refamiliarize myself with. There's a Neil Adams cover, if I remember correctly, too.
Oh my God, beautiful. So Phantom Stranger, if you look up the Secret Origins series from the 80s, pick up his issue. His issue is multiple different origins, right? And you decide what's his origin, right? Is he a fallen angel? Is he Judas? Now, here's the thing. In the New 52, when they introduced Pandora, they leaned into the fact that he is Judas, you know, and like he's just doomed to walk the earth. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Judas. He's the wandering Jew. That he's the wandering Jew, right? And so like he's just been wandering the earth all this time. So that's one of the origins in Secret Origins, and then they just literally ran with that in the New 52. And then otherwise, that's it. He is a mysterious figure that shows up to battle supernatural threats, and it's like, hey, thanks for showing up, and he's gone. I was like, Batman cannot compete. Batman cannot compete with this man's disappearing act.
Now, I was a big fan of the Ostrander Mandrake Spectre series from the 80s, and I know he would make an appearance in there every once in a while. But as far as knowing a whole lot about Phantom Stranger, I got a lot to learn, unfortunately.
But that's the beauty of it.
It is the beauty of it. So I found something else interesting.
His stories are just his stories, and you're like, oh my God, he's a stranger, you know? Like just like it'll be like about some kids in a Winnebago smoking pot, going to somebody's dad's cabin, but there's actually a cult supernatural threat there trying to steal their souls. And, you know, like one person, like a young girl will be like, no, I never smoked the pot. And like, I don't know what's wrong with all these people. And then the Spectre will just show up and be like, you know, I've come to protect you, innocent young one. And then that's it. And it's her story, but the Spectre's like, I've come. And you're like,
Oh, I love the Spectre. I love the Spectre.
Oh my God,
I love the Spectre.
I meant Phantom Stranger.
Okay, I'm going to chalk it down and start looking for it. There's not a whole lot of them out there. I know I probably can get a lot of them reasonably easy.
Yeah. It is easy for me to confuse their two stories because let's be clear, they do the same thing, just at very different power levels.
Right. All right. Let's see. This is what, 18? So X-Men number 8. The much misaligned Eunice, the Untouchables name gets made fun of all the time. Got this one pretty cheap too. CGC 8.0. I'm working on X-Men. Those early ones, you know, I mean, they're pricey.
But hey, when the X-Men weren't being published and Magneto was running amok in the Marvel Universe, this guy was there too.
Yep. Yeah, and I like the old costume X-Men. I got a soft spot for them. And then the last two, I got these both pretty recently. This is Journey into Mystery number 87. I'm down to about 4 Journey into Mysteries that I need. I still need 83 and 85, of course. But this one, I see this one a lot, but it always has like bad Marvel chipping on this side. And I saw this one, it has a clean edge. And so with an 8.0, that's perfect. So I snagged that one too.
Absolutely. You know what? I mean, that's worthy That's worthy of one of these.
Very nice. And look at that red. I mean, that red just pops for a book that's 60 years old. Yeah.
Didn't I say last night, Cliss, I know you for your humor and hot takes, but you are extremely knowledgeable, my brother. It's always great to tune in. I just thank you. I appreciate it.
He is a virtual cornucopia, an encyclopedia, if you will, of comic book knowledge. I got one more, Cliff. You saw this one yesterday, but this is the most recent one. It's a Marvel Spotlight #2, first appearance of Werewolf by Night. I told you yesterday this is the last issue of Marvel Spotlight that I needed. So this series is officially complete now. Another nice Neil Adams cover, and one of the things I like about this cover is that it has sequentials on the cover, and you hardly ever see that. It happens in the Silver Age some, but not very much in the Bronze Age. So I'm happy to have this series in the rear view mirror.
We need to celebrate.
8.5 is about right too.
We need to celebrate.
Very nice.
Because I don't care if he's a C-lister or a D-lister. God bless Werewolf by Night.
Amen, brother. Amen. That's it for me, sir. That's my most recent 20 slabs acquired through 2025. Let's see what you got now, my good man.
All right. Let's oh my God. This is the final power housing. All right, wait. One of these is an oldie. All right, I'm gonna kick it off with Supervillain Team Up #5, which when the Shroud was revealed to be the current Moon Knight at the beginning of the current Moon Knight series, of course, this book that was pennies on the dollar shot up, and I had to wait for it to come back down. But I did have raw copies. I'm very proud that I had raw copies. I had to wait for it to come back down, and I snagged this for $35 because nobody cares about the Shroud except for me, even though Mark doesn't believe me.
I do.
But I do love the Shroud. So when he first shows up on the pages of Supervillain Team Up, he's just Marvel's answer to Batman, you know? And then, like, the more they hang on to him, and they're like, well, what do we do with him? It's like, oh, well, maybe he can access, you know, maybe he can access the Shadowscape and do this and do that, or, you know, maybe like he channels part of the Darkhold. And so they just kept expanding and making his origin weirder and weirder. But I like him just being one of Marvel's Batman knockoffs. And of course, Supervillain Team Up is such a fun series until all of a sudden it becomes about Red Skull, and then it's really uncomfortable and the series just ends.
It's a train wreck of a series, but it's a train wreck that you can't look away from. I mean, every issue.
It's a great train wreck of a series, and it is part, and a couple of these issues are part of Dr. Doom's Private War, the Private War of Dr. Doom. And that one issue of the Private War of Dr. Doom that takes place here, Dr. Doom and Iron Man go at it one-on-one for the first time. You know, because everyone else is unconscious. So great book in this series.
That's like number 9, I think, thereabouts.
Yes. And I should know, I also own a couple copies of that. Next up, this is my first one. This is my first pickup in Black Panther versus the Klan. But I couldn't resist. It was a great cover. It's a 9.0. I think I paid $70 for it. I'm all about it. It's Jungle Action #21. I mean, what a cover.
That whole series. I mean, if y'all aren't familiar with Billy Graham, the artist, and not Billy Graham, the preacher, his work is amazing. Amazing. I mean, I'm going to get some flack for this. I think he's better than Steranko.
I'm not entirely sure I would disagree, but this, I can't wait to get all of them. And of course, every time I see one of them, it's usually overpriced unless I can get in on an auction and have a shot at it. But I love this. I'm super proud to add to the collection. I love the saga. I love that it's a conversation piece. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Very grateful to add it this year. All right, that was number 2, correct?
I don't know. I lost track. 3?
I didn't lose track.
3, I think.
It's only number 2. All right. And then I want to save my last 2. All right. Let's just dig into my great love affair, the Legion of Superheroes. This is their second appearance. I couldn't imagine getting their first appearance this year. I mean, there was like a tiny, small chance, but I got their second appearance. Again, eBay war. And like, so my highest bid was fair market value, right? And I figured at the end of the day, even if I pay the fair market value, I'm getting my second appearance in the Legion of Superheroes, right? And so I was at $59 and somebody tried to snipe me. And so I ended up paying $66 for this. Fair market value is $125. So I was still a winner, but this person really thought they were going to try and snipe me. And I'm like, no, you're playing with the wrong one. So there's the second appearance of the Legion. Lightning Lad goes from Lightning Boy to Lightning Lad in this issue.
I get sniped so much, Cliff, so much.
It's so yeah, me too. And and I don't care, because if I get sniped, I go, "Oh, it was meant to be," right? But when I'm fighting for my life, I'm in it to win it. So then we have Action Comics 267. This is so coincidentally, if you've read All-Star Superman, this is the beginning of Superman's BS relationship with Hercules and Samson. Like, Hercules becomes time displaced first, and then starts falling in love with Lois, and then Samson shows up in the next issue, and it just continues. But the backup story is Supergirl meets the Legion of Superheroes, who, and it's never mentioned again, like it never happened, are like, oh, we're the descendants of the original Legion of Superheroes that met Superboy. Isn't that great? Because they were afraid that kids wouldn't understand time travel. So Supergirl meets the Legionnaire. She's exposed to red kryptonite, which ages her, making her ineligible to join the Legion in this issue. But 3 Legionnaires make their appearance here. We are introduced to Bouncing Boy, we're introduced to Chameleon Boy, Invisible Kid, and Colossal Boy in this issue. Then their 4th appearance takes place in an issue of Superboy that I need to get slabbed. And then we have their 5th appearance in Adventure Comics 282. Am I getting this right? This is 1961, March of 1961. March of 1961. Yes, okay, so March of 1961 versus May of 61. So March of 61, their 5th appearance, as we're introduced to Xanthu's hero, Starboy. And I just love that. Featuring Lana Lang and the Legion of Superheroes. The Legion of Superheroes is not, they're in one page where he's talking about, I've traveled to the future too and joined them, right? And otherwise, this is just all about Lana Lang's BS, trying to mess with people's emotions because she's jealous because she wants Superboy. Like, that's the point of the issue. There's a little bit of action where Superboy and Starboy try to defeat some criminals, But anyhow, I got this in a 6.5. I think I did overpay for this, and I didn't care. I just wanted it because there was one point where I could have gotten a 7.0 for 140, which would have been phenomenal, and it just was snatched from me. And so anyhow, I was like, nope, not again. This is a really good looking copy. And I just got it. So I'm pretty cool. Also, if you don't know, this Starboy grows up to be the Starman in the JSA Jeff Johns run from the early 2000s. So there you go. Love me some Tom Kaler. Ooh, don't break slabs. Don't break slabs. All right. So that is number 4. Oh my God, only number 4. All right, so continuing my Legion love, we go to Action Comics 276, all right, where we're introduced to Brainiac 5, Sunboy, Phantom Girl, Triplicate Girl, Shrinking Violet, and Bouncing Boy, and Supergirl gets to finally join the Legion and, of course, get a little boyfriend in Brainiac 5. This one was difficult for me to hunt down. I paid $270 for it, which is an excellent price for a 4.0. and it was shipped to me from Hong Kong. I was so nervous. I had no idea that I was dealing with someone in Hong Kong. And then when I saw the tracking information, I just was like, oh my God, please let me get my comic, please. So very happy that I got it. It's this is probably the one I might be most grateful for this whole year, because this is not an easy issue to get.
That's a beautiful cover too. Beautiful.
It really is. How about Bouncing Boy clip for the Bouncing Boy book? You know what? That's pretty funny, because I do believe I have a bounce. That was more feathery than bouncing, but you know. Oh my gosh. All right. So then my Legion love affair continues. And so this is now June of 1961. The Legion are not mentioned at all. You know what? Now let me go the other way. April of 1961, so before Action 276, we are introduced in Adventure Comics 283, right after the first appearance of Starboy. We're introduced to the Phantom Zone and General Zod. And I have no shame in a purple label for a book this old and some color touch. There are only 3 restored copies of this book on the census, and I have one of them. Yay! But I don't care. I love it. I'm super happy to have it. And of course, we're introduced to the Phantom Zone, and of course, General Zod. But it's really, and I love Superman, so this is just about my Superman love. But it's really important because then in June of 61, we meet Mon-El, who's Superboy, because he has no memories when he arrives on Earth, and he's on a Monday, and Superboy immediately assumes he's part of the Elf family, names him Mon-El. And oh my God, he has like this most idiotic, like secret identity name. I can't remember, but he like sells combs, and it's just ridiculous. So so anyhow, I just love that. But so he joins him, and then it's revealed that he's not Kryptonian because he's weak to lead, not kryptonite. And Superboy doesn't know what to do, so he puts him into the Phantom Zone. And of course, which is the second appearance of the Phantom Zone. And then we'll discover much later that he is not freed until the 30th century, where the Legion rescues, which is bullcrap. They have time bubbles. Go to the past, release him, give him the cure, take him to the future. What is wrong with you people? And spare him the 1,000 years of being traumatized in the Phantom Zone. That is one of the biggest, most disturbing plot holes for someone you call a friend and a brother. All right. What am I down to? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8, 9, and 10. What am I going to do for 8, 9, and 10? All right. For 8, 9, and 10 are going to be interesting. I got one Marvel book that I want to talk about because, again, I scored this in a deal. This is January of 1975. It's just 3 years older than me. It's Giant Size Defenders number 3 in 8.0. And it's the first appearance of Korvac. And Korvac is a badass bitch. Korvac is like one of the greatest threats the Avengers and the Defenders and the Guardians of the Galaxy have ever faced. The 3 teams were needed to defeat this guy, and we don't talk about him. This is why you know Marvel. This is how you know Marvel's doing us dirty. Marvel does us dirty. So anyhow, I think Korvac's really cool. I even remember the Korvac Quest 4-part annual crossover that they did in the 90s when I was a kid. So it crossed over Silver Surfer, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, one other book that I can't remember. But they were like, oh no, we got to battle Korvac all over again. And I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. Who is this guy? So that's who he is.
And that the Korvac saga from the 70s in Avengers, so from like 167 to 177 or so.
Yep.
That is the storyline that was going on when I first started reading Avengers, and I was hooked. Plus, you got George Perez. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on in Avengers at the time. That Korvac storyline is fantastic. And at the end of 77, when everybody is dead, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're like, why are they all dead? And it's like, no, it's an illusion. Don't fall for this. I love it. I love everything. I love that Starhawk was the key because, you know, he's the one who knows and he kind of lives outside of time. And he goes, what did you guys see? Like, I just saw that maniacal dude back there. You guys are talking about his wife and stuff. And they're like, oh. All right, these are the last two. So this is a huge win for me. This was a pricey, low-end pricey book. For me, pricey books is anything under 500, okay? So there was a few of those I scored this year, even though I was really trying to get Supergirl's first appearance, and it was snatched from me, and now the same freaking book sells for double for what I could have gotten it for if I had made everything work out properly. But this is JLA Avengers number 3, which is a beautiful cover, but it's in a 9.9. So I was like, oh, how many 9.9s am I going to be able to stumble upon? I'm going to I snatched it, you know? I was like, oh, I'll just put in a bid in this auction. We'll just see. And then I got the things like, you've got 5 minutes left. What are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What am I going to do? It's a 9.9. What's happening? I'm sweating bullets. You know, it's the last minute. I put in 250. I just sit there and I wait. And I got it for 240. And I'm like, oh, no, I got it for 225. But I put in 250 as my new maximum. And I was just sweating. And I'm like, what are you doing? You can't afford anything. And let me tell you, all these books I bought, no sooner did I buy these books, $3,800 to repair my car, $517 to battle Yellow Jackets. I mean, we pay a price for the love affair we have with our collection. All right. And last but absolutely not least, I'm closing with something I've wanted for a very long time, and that's Forever People #1, the first full appearance of Darkseid and the first full appearance of the Forever People. So I wanted this added to my collection forever. I found a great copy, great price, great everything. So yay, 7.5. Still looking pretty good. So those are my 20 books and Kevin's 20 books that we are happy for this 2025. I appreciate it. All right. It's time. If y'all are not members yet, this is your last chance to become a member. And I am going to go prepare the drawing. Kevin, would you like to say any words about your channel and what people can look forward to?
Sure. I do a lot of short videos. I post every day, or at least I have since I started the channel. I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do full short videos. So they're all somewhere between 8 and 13 minutes. And then the other days of the week, I do flips through my collection of like 10 or 12 issues of a run. I don't really get into the speculative side of it or the investment side of it. I'm just, I try to give tips to collectors. What are some things that you can do to maximize the chance of you getting a book cheap on Heritage or eBay or whatnot, places like that. I try to recommend inexpensive runs that you can get the full run of without any big keys. So I try to keep a budget in mind. And it gives me an opportunity to show my collection around a little bit as well, because I've got a lot of full runs and there's some issues that people don't see very much. So I enjoy doing that as well. It's really just a collector's love of his collection and of the hobby. That's how I look at it. I'm not here to make money. I'm just here to have a good time on my channel.
And for those of you who can't be in the membership, no big deal, because you can always be in my you're always welcome to my subscriber stuff. And this is the time of year where I really like to give back. All right. So I've got E-Man, Comic Toby, Rad Art and Comics Madam, Billy Power Max, James Abel, Not Near Mint, Legion of Comics, Black Spiders, Adamantium Blade Comics, Vogs 18, Venom Spawn, The Comic Vet, Garfwang, Jay Margolis, who bought half of these memberships for people, Heroes for Hire Club, Matt, John's Comics and Friends, Omnibo, Spidey Spider Tumblers, Matt Likes Comics, Big Lion Cat, Couch and Slouch with Sea Bizzle, Papa Wheelie, still only 35 cents, Old Wolf 65, The Counselor Comics, Anachronic Comics, Mad Spidey, DJ Links, and Dr. Von Hoot. And I don't think I've seen anyone join up recently. So let's get this list together and into a wheel. Wheel of Names.
Wheel of Names. I'll stop. See, I've done it. I put it in your head.
All right, let's get this going. I'm going to share the Wheel of Names, and we're going to shuffle. Nobody can see this. We're going to shuffle. And, I still have the Comics Curing Cancer logo there. Forgive me, folks. All right, let's go.
You got to clap like the Wheel of Fortune, people.
Billy Cormack. You got to give me your info. Give me your info, you lucky man. Let's see. I wonder if nope, I don't owe him anything else. So I will reach out to him over on IG. And that was our first episode of the Every So Often Here We Are Slabby Seconds. Kevin, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to go to Kevin's channel. John has put the link in the chat because he is awesome. I appreciate
Thank you, John.
that. All right, folks. Any closing comments, Kevin?
I got nothing. I got an important football game that I'm going to watch here in a minute.
All right. I appreciate all of you. Remember, read your comics, and I love you. Until next.